straight out of, high school, sales was not what you were meaning to pursue.
No, not
So
at
you
all. I hold myself accountable before anything and anybody. If it rains outside, I don't blame the rain. I blame why I didn't check the weather forecast. Why didn't I bring an umbrella? And that 18-year-old kid just last year, he didn't have a single dollar in his bank account.
I think he said I have negative 27 cents in my bank account his first day. I was like, bro, do you work or like what do you do?
Pressure makes diamonds. Your perspective means everything. The way that you perceive the world is all about your mindset.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. I gotta keep going,
Elite mindset, elite results. Thank you for joining us for another Playbook podcast. I've got my good friend and brother with us today, Musa Elite. How we feeling?
Feeling great, man. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you. So one of our first of the 5 agents in the Playbook.
Yeah.
Now with a team that has 500, you were one of the first 5. Bro, doesn't that sound so crazy?
Yeah, it was just like yesterday. We were just
we were back in Lindley office, like in the trenches
just
all
like
day, every day.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
What a journey, bro. But I know straight out of, high school, sales was not what you were meaning to pursue.
No, not
So
at all.
you went to college, and what was your degree?
I got a degree in psychology.
Yeah. And then you were working with special needs kids in schools, right?
Yeah.
I remember that's what you were doing.
Exactly.
When you
Yeah, I was into that a little bit, working job to job as well. On top of that, yeah.
Where did that come from? What made you want to pursue that route?
I mean, a lot of my family, they had degrees in psychology. My closest cousin, my closest friend, he was already in the field working with those type of people. And that's what really intrigued my mind. I always knew that I wanted to do something that helped people. I just didn't know where I could go to do that.
And then one of your focuses was kids, it sounded like, right?
Yeah, exactly. I always loved kids. It just seemed like it was right.
And now that I think about it, bro, that kind of runs in the family. Because, like, I remember just before this, you're like, hey, I got to stop by my mom's daycare.
Yeah, literally. Exactly. And that's where it bounced off of that. My mom has a psychology degree. My aunts have psychology degrees, masters, this, that. Just bounce off of each other.
Because I know you guys have a close relationship, so it sounds like that's something that you picked up from her.
Exactly, yeah.
Now the pieces line, I'm like, okay, that's where it came from.
Even when I went into college, I wasn't getting that psychology degree because I wanted to go and work a 9-to-5 job. I just knew that psychology degree was going to give me the knowledge that I was going to be able to navigate my life and navigate people and conversations.
Yeah. So I know in the early days when you had first started with us, that's what you were doing, but it wasn't enough. You were doing other stuff on the side.
Yeah.
Why did you feel like that? Was it the income wasn't there, or what was it exactly?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot going on in my life at a young age where I was kind of put in situations where I couldn't just be that average person growing up where I could just work a job to pay my bills, pay my car note. I had to pay for a lot more extra things that I didn't need to do. So I needed to work that extra job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs to be able to pay the bills every month. Yeah. You have to do what you have to do at the end of the day.
No, absolutely. I remember your part-time schedule was all over the place in the beginning because you would go to work at the school and then you would drive Uber for a little bit and then you would come to the office at the end of the day. I'm like, okay, bro, I don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to try,
Exactly. In the beginning of the business, everybody's looking at me like I was crazy because, I would be working, that 9-to-5 and then I work Uber from 8 to 3, 4 a.m. most nights. And I'll still try to come into the office. I'll still try to be in Zoom that first month. But everybody, you know how it is. You don't go all in. They look at you like, nah, this guy's not going to make it. He doesn't want it. Yeah. But, everybody's dealing with their own problems and struggles in the back end. And, I weathered that storm and, look at us now.
Yeah. No, and I always tell people, I always get this message in my DMs. It's like, hey, do you hire part-time people? Do part-time people do well in this business? Right. They do, but they have to have a solid schedule in place. So that was the biggest indicator for you, is balancing out your time between the 2 things you were doing to squeeze this third thing in,
Right.
But back to the college days, you went in and you got that degree. What made you think of getting into sales?
Man, when you're working as hard as I was working, especially in school, I was taking it seriously, and then simultaneously I was working a full-time schedule, 12, 13-hour days. So I knew I needed to find a vehicle that was going to be able to give me the opportunity to utilize all the skills that I had. Because I knew I was a leader throughout my whole life. I knew I had the qualities and the traits that it takes to be a mentor and to be somebody that people follow.
Yeah.
I just needed to figure out what vehicle I could enter into that I could utilize all of those characteristics that God gave me. So I was on Instagram. I saw Muhammad Raja, coach. He posted one thing. It was just a leaderboard. But I saw your face on it. That was.
And coach never posted.
No, he never posted. But it was like a leaderboard.
At that time, he was never posting.
No, he never posted. Never posted. Nobody ever posted. But he just posted like a leaderboard.
Yeah.
And it was this kid that was in the business before. He was number one.
Yeah.
And then it was you. It was coach. I was like, oh shit, Ronnie's in here. That guy's number one. Yeah. Okay, so if this guy's number one, there's I'll be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, Ronnie, coach. Obviously, these guys aren't stupid. They wouldn't be in a business that wasn't making any sort of money.
Yeah.
So I contacted the coach and said, hey, what do you guys do? He said, yeah, this, that. And then the rest was history from there. You know what I mean?
How did he explain it to you at the time? Because like coach was the third agent ever on the team. So like, I'm curious to hear, like, what did he tell you?
The way, like, he just really kept it short and sweet. You know, it's a sales job. We buy leads. We talk to veterans. So I'm like, veterans, you know, okay. Like, you have to say, sir, and thank you for your service. Like, stuff like, he kept it really short and sweet. But that first month, I wasn't full-time. Yeah. So he didn't take me serious at all.
I remember that. He's like, bro, he's not showing up. I was like,
at all.
He works 20 hours a day.
But the thing is, Ronnie, I was busting my ass. And I was in Zoom. Like, I was working Uber 8-10 hours a day. I would have those trainings in my ear. I would have your training. Have that Glenn kid that was going to FFL website. Glenn, what you know what I'm talking about. And then listen to all those podcasts on the Family First Life. I was doing my due diligence with the circumstances that I was put in. Yeah. So there was like this one time I was in the mosque. Yeah. I was in the middle of prayer, and I was there by myself. Yeah. And something popped up in my head, like of a conversation that I had with a veteran. And coach is the only person I could call. So I texted him. I guess it was a stupid question. The guy wanted like 200,000. I'm like, can we get it? Do I have to write him like multiple policies for it? Like he looked at me like, this guy is just stupid. Like you're not gonna pass in this business. You're not gonna do nothing in this business. And I'll be honest with you, that lit a fire under my ass when he talked to me that way. Yeah. And I'm like, with all the shit I've been in through my life, you're telling me that I'm gonna fail because like you don't even know who the hell I am. Yeah. So that's
coach's personality. We call him coach for a reason, you know. Being on coach's team is not for the weak. I always put it that way. They're like, why does the game plan move the way that it does? Being on that team is not for the weak, you know, because the way that he coaches, that's why we call him coach. But you see what it did for you. Yeah. When somebody tells me, like a grown man tells me, like, hey, you're not cut out for this, I'm like, I'm coming for your ass. Yeah. I'm gonna bury you.
And he knew me too. Like he knows me my whole life. He knows that I'm not a lazy bum. He knows I work hard. He knows I'm a grinder. He knows I'm a fighter. He knows I'm strong mentally. So coming from him to say that to me, I was like, okay.
Watch this.
Okay, it's cool.
Now, you just mentioned it. Being a fighter, so you've been a fighter since you were 10 years old. Yeah. How long were you doing that for, and how much did that discipline help you now?
Man. I got into martial arts when I was like 9, 10 years old. I was doing Taekwondo, doing Muay Thai, kickboxing. Probably from 10 years old to maybe 15 years old. I was in that gym 4 hours a day, 5, 6 days a week. Running, dieting, fighting. It took a toll on my body, physically, mentally. But when you're constantly going through a fire throughout your life, you're constantly in the fire. Yeah. Constantly in the fire since you were a kid. When you're in a fire anytime in your life, it's normal to you.
You don't feel anything else.
You don't feel it. It feels cool to you. Yeah. So I've been through so much hard shit at such a young age where anything that pops up in my direction now, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
it's just another hurdle in the road. I'm going to jump over, I'm going to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Because pressure builds diamonds at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Real leaders, real people that are strong mentally and genuinely have the characteristics to lead a group of people, they were forged in only fire.
Mm-hmm.
And they were able to get through that fire.
I love that.
Yes, sir.
And just to kind of dive into that, like due to certain circumstances, you were forced to step up in the household.
Yeah.
Having to take care of your family, having to take care of your siblings. That's why I respect you a ton. Because not too many people could do what you did at a young age and not crack under pressure. You've been doing it for how long?
For a long time.
Yeah. And how much did that martial arts help you?
It helped me.
Helping you deal with that stress and why you were brought up the way you, whatever it was, how much did that help when you were that age?
Man, when you're 12 years old and you're getting hit by grown men that are 25, 30, you're getting into fist fights with them.
Mm-hmm.
When a little responsibility that jumps on top of you that you have to do extra comes
Feels
in
like
your way, it's not really that deep. And at the end of the day, I have God in my heart, and I truly have God in my heart, and I truly believe in his path for me.
Mm-hmm.
So whether something good happens to me, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Whether something bad happens to me, I'm grateful. But the difference between people that have that strong mindset and that weak mindset is every single loss, every single mistake, every single conversation that I could have said something different, I look at myself in the mirror and I genuinely self-analyze and self-reflect to the maximum degree.
Mm-hmm.
I hold myself accountable before anything and anybody. If it rains outside, I don't blame the rain. I blame why I didn't check the weather forecast. Why didn't I bring an umbrella? That's the problem. Nowadays, majority of people are looking for an out, when in reality, you're your own worst enemy.
Mm-hmm. And people don't see that. It's like, you just have to get out of your own way.
Literally.
It's that and the mental test. Can you handle the mental test when life throws a couple curveballs at you? You can. You're built to do something great. You
Exactly.
can't. You're going to be average. That's what it comes down to. Now, let's turn it up a notch. So the first year into sales, what did you write?
First year. So it was only 7 or 8 months. It wasn't like a full year.
So you started in April and we had you going in May.
Yeah. I almost paid like $350K.
Just missed Hall of Fame.
Yeah. In 7-8 months.
Now, you just hit Hall of Fame year 2.
Yeah.
You've already crossed that path about a month ago, right?
Yeah, a month ago.
Just a few weeks. Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you. Appreciate it.
What are you at so far in year number 2?
450.
What is the goal?
At least 700.
Wow.
At least.
Absolutely amazing run in the second year. Now, most people, even that 350 number, most
Yeah.
people don't see that in year 2.
Mm-mm.
What was it about you that allowed you to produce at that elite level?
That's a good question. Again, it all comes down to every quality that I have as the man that I am today was from something that's happened to me before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been betrayed, I've been broken, been let down, been broke, everything.
Yeah.
So, like, that's a hard question to ask because I genuinely believe that not everybody's just cut out to do what we do or to have an influence that we have.
Yeah.
Or when I talk to somebody and I see their face, I see life literally coming into them. That's just not from me being in life insurance for a year, bro. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't me being in life insurance for 2 years that allowed me to be able to do that.
Yeah.
It's all the shit that happened before that. But the question being is, like, how do I keep that? Or how do I would keep that mindset?
What allowed you to produce that level? Like, it's 350 the first year with 7 months.
Endless work. And not only work, but you're so intentional with every single thing that you do throughout your life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just coming in to this bit to work just to call these leads and to go home. From the moment I wake up to the moment I sleep, everything that I do throughout my life is intentional. Everything. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a specific reason. I wake up at a certain time for a speci I drink a certain drink for a specific reason. I eat a certain food for a specific reason. I go at a certain time for a specific reason. Every single thing is based off of just habits, just building the right habits for yourself.
And how much do you think martial arts help with that?
Everything. You being there every single day, whether you like it or whether you don't like it. When there's kids that were knocking on my door, I have my 2 downlines that I grew up with now that used to knock on my door and ask me to come outside and play basketball. Wow. Now that's even like the greater part about this business. Now, like the kids that watched me grow up, watched me going into the gym, they couldn't see me because I was out there grinding since I was a kid. Now they're looking at the success I have now and they're like, shit, like that was the kid that he was like that dark horse, that black sheep out of everybody. Now look at him.
Yeah. No, look at you now,
bro.
I
look at him.
You know that
exactly.
Look at him now. He's doing it. He's doing it big. But man, it's just amazing to see because that start is not normal. And I remember when I was training you that first month, our biggest struggle was tonality.
Yeah.
So were you street fighting at all a little bit?
Yeah, I was. A little bit.
You had like a Street Fighter's tone. Remember when I kept telling you? I was like, bro, we're not in the street. Like we're talking.
You told me. My dad, he's very aggressive.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you were very aggressive.
And I'm naturally aggressive.
Yeah.
Naturally. But like when you speak to me, I would never harm a fly. You know what I mean? Because I'm a Muslim at the end of the day. Yeah. But like don't mess with me.
Yeah.
But the first time you ever heard me talk, you said it in Arabic. You said you sound so diffish. Yeah. And what diffish means is like you sound so like aggressive or like and I'm like, damn, okay. Let me tone it down a little bit.
I was like, bro, we're trying to sell them life insurance.
Not fight them.
You gotta tone it down a little
bit. But look, you told me that one time.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to tell me that again?
Never again.
There you go.
That's something I'm a witness of. You're the hardest worker and you implement even quicker. That's what stands out about the guys that are on the top of our leaderboards. Yeah. And for you, you're there every single month. You don't miss a month. Now, going into the second year, what has life been like and now a producer that's set for 700,000 this
year? The thing is, like, Ronnie, I'll be honest with you. Mm-hmm. Like, everything, the man that I am today, I've always been this way. Mm-hmm. Like, you could ask my cousins, you could ask the people that grew up with me. I've always had these traits, always had that strong work ethic, strong mindset, always wanted to be the best version of himself, always wanted to bring the people around him and elevate them as well. Mm-hmm. I was always that way. But now this business, it gave me that like that camera lens on me for the world to be able to witness it. Mm-hmm. For the world to be able to benefit from it. Mm-hmm. From people outside of my inner circle to be able to benefit from the traits and the qualities that God gave me, which I genuinely believe that I didn't build this myself. Yeah. The way that I think, the way that I act, the way that I feel, none of this was built on my own power. Mm-hmm. Because if God wasn't there for me throughout that whole process, he could have just let me fold and break in reality. Because it's not our own power ever.
Yeah. And that's big, man, because a lot of people like tell me like, hey, why don't buy this or buy that, or like, why don't you have a Lamborghini? I'm like, bro, that's not what I'm here for.
Exactly.
Like all power comes from the Most High. I always tell people that like, I fear God. Like I'm not gonna post income. Like people are starving out there.
Right.
You want me to post my income? What is that gonna accomplish?
Nothing.
Like some people can, like I was talking to my grandfather today, which is in Amman. He's like, this family, like if they don't have people in America, like they don't eat here. Like if there's not somebody in America sending them money, they don't eat here. And you want me to post my income?
Right.
So it's like we're here to lead, and when people understand that, they have a better outcome, they have a better intention, all of that, So that's something that I love to see, especially at your age, because most people are the opposite, They made 40, 50,000 this month. The entire world has to see it.
100%. But the faster that God can give you something, can give you a blessing, he could take it away.
And that's the thing. It's like the right intention, right? And I always seen that correlate with giving back, The more I gave, the more he gave me.
Of course.
And that's what it comes down to, is having that right intention. Now, the best thing that I've seen year to date about you is not only you producing at that level, now your guys are. Mm-hmm. How does that feel?
It's 100 times a better feeling than me. Yeah. 100 times better. I know what I'm capable of. I already know what I could bring to the table. I already know that I could make 50, 60 grand just off of my own pen.
Like clockwork.
I already know that.
Yeah.
I genuinely, you put me on a lie there's not a shadow of a doubt in my mind that I know that.
Mm-hmm.
And my guys know that. And my guys see that. And my guys feel that. And my guys know the mindset that I have and the path that I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a leader that does that,
Can't fail.
How can you fail?
You can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
He's there every day, ready to go to war for you.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that you fail is if you just fail yourself.
You don't show up. If you fail to show up.
Exactly. So my guys, I genuinely believe like people have different ways of being a leader or being a coach or being a mentor or being a teacher or whatever. Mm-hmm. Some people, they would prefer, hey, just let him go, let him do his own thing, let him figure it out on his own. I'm going to show my guys how it's done right.
Yeah.
I'm going to show them how to speak. I'm going to show them how to react. I'm going to show them how to conversate. Mm-hmm. I'm going to show them how to react in tough situations. Yeah. I'm going to show them how to react in good situations. That's a real leader. From A to Z, you're trying to build your guys. You're not trying to build your guys just to sell life insurance. You're trying to build your guys to be the best version of themselves in every realm that they want to be in.
And I think this month, you and Jerg were literally right next to each other on the leaderboard, right?
Yeah,
It was you
he was
and
killing
Jerg.
it, yeah.
How did that feel?
That was amazing, man. That's like one of my first two guys.
Day one, right?
Yeah, first two guys that I brought into the business.
Now married, he just got
Now he's married, he has a kid, he just got a house, he's about to get a new car. He just did $70K last month.
What did he deposit from something like that?
He did $60K last month.
$60K?
Yeah.
How does that feel to be able to partake in something like that?
Man, just being able to just hear them tell me, bro, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for just showing up.
Yeah.
Thank you for when I didn't believe in myself, you gave me that fire to believe in myself. Mm-hmm. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. That's
means more than anything.
Yeah, it means more than everything. And in the situation that I was put in my whole life, I was always a giver. I never was a taker. I was always the type of person that would pour into everybody else's cup and not get anything poured in his own. You know what I'm saying? I leave mine empty, but alhamdulillah, like I feel happy when I do that.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
So it's fine. And I just want to continue to grow, continue to bring people on, and continue to be that leader that they want to follow and they want to replicate.
Yeah. And now you see, like, even the pressure, like, remember back then, like, if you were writing $40K a month in the playbook, like, you were considered an elite.
You're crazy.
Level like an elite level closer. You're crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody's capping you up at the end of the month. Now 40K doesn't even get you into our top 20.
Remember, we were in the Lindley office. It was probably like 6 or 7 guys. And we were all just closing deals. You were in there with your headset too. Trenches. And then you would close 10K a week. And you showed people that it was possible.
Yeah.
But they're like, okay, Ronnie's doing it. Okay, like Ronnie's the best one out of us. He's the one that was here already. Like, okay. But then other people started doing it. Then we started to be into that office. And then I consistently started doing 10K every single week.
Every week, yeah.
Every single week. It wasn't, 1 week, next week 6K, 7K, 10K.
Every week, yeah.
Every single week, every single day I was closing 2 to 5 deals. Everybody in that office were looking like what is this guy even doing?
Yeah.
And I was sitting there training everybody that was there as well.
Yeah.
Teaching, implementing everything that you ask any of those guys who was helping you.
Yeah.
I was the one. But that just builds everything that you are today. You get what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason.
Literally, me, you,
that fire, that fire is really goes from here. Now we're over here. It's even hard to explain.
Going back to the Lindley officer a little bit, it was literally me, you, Don, and Inge.
Yeah.
Remember when Inge it was like his first day?
First day.
And he came in and we're like, dude, this guy looks like a freaking scrub. Like,
bruh, he just turned 18.
Yeah, he just turned 18.
Yeah,
he looked like his mom dressed.
Yeah, he looked like he just came out the womb.
Man, and we're all like giving him heat, and now that 19-year-old kid deposited almost $80,000 this month.
Yup, and that 18-year-old kid just last year, he didn't have a single dollar in his bank account.
I think he said I have negative 27 cents in my bank account his first day. I was like, bro, do you work or like what do you do?
I remember him, he was sitting in my car because like he got like a natural. We had like a connection. He just looked at me like a bigger brother.
Yeah, young.
So I would have that like I'd take him to eat because he didn't have no money. Now we're laughing like, yo, every time we go out to eat, you're paying. And he doesn't have a problem with it.
Man, it's just cool. So crazy to see because like that Lindley office, bro. I wish
nothing's gonna be like that. But that, man, when you talk about urgency, how was I closing 1 to 3 deals, 1 to 4 deals? Ronnie, when I used to have a lunch break, when I knew I needed to eat, I used to run to the car.
We used to eat at the desk.
Or run to the car to get it. Yeah. If we didn't go order from downstairs at the pizzeria. That was right downstairs. I always used to run to my car to get it, run to the Wingstop, run back to my car just so I could save that 3-5 minutes to get on a phone call with somebody. Yeah. You think that 3 to 5 minutes was really going to make a difference? No.
Of course not, but it's urgency.
It's that urgency. It's that fire. That's what's gonna bring you to that next level. That's why when my guys tell me, like, I'll have guys in my office that are busting their ass, being there 10 to 9, and they be like, "I'm here 10 to 9. I'm working my ass off." I'm like, "You think just working your ass off?" No. There's 2 differences between people in this business. You could be hungry or you could be starving. Yeah. The starving people, those are the people that are really making the money and that are really succeeding. Yeah. The people that are just hungry, those are the ones that are complacent. Yeah. Those are the ones that are average. Yeah. Those are the ones that aren't really building anything special. And that's what I am. I'm starving. Yeah.
Bro, it's crazy because I get like on a quarterly call with Sean Mike, like for a one-on-one before the quarter. And like, I told him, I was like, I don't know, like I've lost control. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, I can't. My body's not letting me slow down. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's wrong. Right. He said, how's the money? I said, it's great, but it stopped having value to me. Like, I stopped even paying attention to it. It doesn't even mean anything to me. It didn't change me. It doesn't do anything. Like, it's cool. Like, I'm looking for more ways to get back, but it didn't change me. I can't slow down. He said, you're addicted. Yeah. I said, what do? I was like, I'm still sleeping on the couch on my laptop. Mm-hmm. $5 million a month in sales later, a month, and I'm still falling asleep on my laptop at least 4 out of the 7 days a week. He said, you're addicted. Yep. And I said, how do I fight the addiction? He said, try to back off of the system and get more addicted to the results. But it comes with the trait that we're starving. That's what it comes down to.
Exactly. And the thing is, people will look at us like, oh, they're starving because they want so much money.
No, we don't.
Yeah. That's the complete. Obviously, we want the money, and that's amazing. I'm starving because I want to reach my full potential on this earth. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I'm starving for. Like my guys, I'll close 5 deals. They look at me like I'm Tom Brady. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm the GOAT of like this guy. There's nothing like this guy. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'll look at myself at the mirror at the end of the day. I'll still figure out 2, 3, 4 different things that I could have improved on or could have done better on or could have been more intentional on. And I get mad at myself. I'm like, okay, yeah, I closed 5, but you bullshitted for this amount of time. You could have closed 8.
And by nature, we're like that, man. Like I'll have I'll do a training or run a meeting and I'll tear myself up after. Everyone's like, bro, you killed it. You did so great. I'm like, damn, I forgot to say this part. Like, I practiced it in my head and I forgot to say that part. But everything else, by nature, we're like that, though. Yeah. That's why we produce and we move the way that we are. Now, speaking about closing 4 or 5 days, let them know what Zero Dark was doing in the Lindley office when you were in training.
He was slinging it, man. Ronnie, like, I really appreciate, like, obviously, bro, I've been through a lot and I've learned a lot in my life and I've experienced a lot in my life. But I'm the type of person that I need to see a visual of what it takes to be to that level. You know what I mean? When I first met you, not when I first met you, when I was first, like we actually hung out and stood with each other, with each other a few days. This was like years ago. We were working that business.
How old were you?
I was like, I don't know, 16, 15, 16 years old. Still hustling, right? I was hustling with you at the time. Yes, sir. And we were in Kentucky and whatnot. And bro, I remember it was me, you, Coach, Amin. Yeah. And I used to wake up on time, and you used to wake up 10 minutes earlier than me. You know what I'm saying? And it used to be so, get shower, get the dress, yo, get up, run to the car, fly to the store before the store opens, before the person has the key. You're there already. You get what I'm saying? Like those little things, I always remember them.
Yeah.
No matter what, I always remember them.
Yeah.
So I always had you in my head like, yo, that's a businessman. That's a hustler right there. Like when people, the Arab, they say like, yo, that guy's, you know Ronnie?
He moves different.
Like, do you know Ronnie? They're like, yeah, that's a hustler. Like, really? Like, yeah, that's a hustler.
Trust me.
Yeah, trust me, that's a hustler. But yeah, bro, being able to see you and be able to mirror that, that was everything for me in my beginning success. Because obviously coach he was like that. So I needed somebody to be like, all right, that's who I need to be like. That's what I need to do. That's what time I need to be here. That's how I need to speak. Yeah. That's what I gotta do.
I had you then, and I got you always, bro.
Yeah,
but,
always, brother.
Man, we're super proud of what you've done so far, what's to come, what you do for the team, for believing in us in the early days when we didn't have the results to show you that where this was headed was going to be to where it is now. But I always ask our guests when they're on here, if you could close us out with something strong from the heart, from the mind, for everybody that watches these podcasts, what would it be?
The one thing that I would say is there's two different people in this world. There's the ones that are hungry, like I said, and then there's the ones that are starving. And the ones that are starving are the ones that are starving for self-improvement. For the ones that are starving to be the best version of themselves, not only for themselves, but for every single person around them. And those type of people, obviously it takes a lot of you going through a lot of fire, and to be in the position that we're in now, you need to be forged in that fire. That's really what I need to say. You know, pressure makes diamonds. Your perspective means everything. And the way that you perceive the world is all about your mindset. So I rambled, but this is what I need to say. Everything in life comes down to your mindset. Everything. And it comes down to perspective. You could have the worst time of your life, worst day of your life, worst experience of your life. There's always going to be somebody that has it worse than you. Yeah. So you have two ways to go about it. You can either let that thought destroy you and let that thought bring you down, or let that hardship bring you down. Or you can let that thought fuel you. You can let that thought make you grow as a person, as a human. So you have two ways to look at the world. You can look at it in a negative. You can look at it as a positive. And as long as you don't allow those negative thoughts in your head, you look at them like they're invaders trying to invade your mind, and you need to attack it as soon as it comes into your mind. That's how you start to develop that elite mindset. And obviously, if you continue to have an elite mindset, you're going to get elite results. Exactly.